It's your boy Roy Jones Jr. and right now you tuned into World Combat Sports.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, once again, you're tuned in to World Combat Sports. A big salute to everyone who's rocking with the channel first and foremost. And, you know, big salute to those of you new subscribers that tuned in to the channel. I see you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate your sub. And you in the building, man. You appreciate the content, like it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do as an adult. Shout out to King Mitch first in the building, man. I see you. Salute to you, bro. So, as you already heard, you know, earlier I was on here and I kind of mentioned that I was wondering when Devin Haney was going to sign this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had a feeling it was going to come out a bit, you know, a little sprinkle of it is going to come out. So a slice of the pie hit the ground and they broke it to the Tweety Birds. The Tweety Birds put it out because everybody waited on the Tweety Birds to get it. And so they put it out that Devin Haney has signed a multi-fight deal. And I'm not going to go in extreme detail on a Sunday because it's just not people that's tuned in today that's going to listen to it. But I'm going to give my take on this 3-fight deal, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say supposedly because it has a lot of factors that weigh heavy into this fight and the way it's playing out. Everything is a format for a reason. They just don't create formats for anything. You know, the format is going to benefit someone and to some it's not going to benefit. You know, it's going to have a percentage of benefit and then it's going to have a percentage of non-benefit. And in this case, you have undefeated Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? Devin the Dream Haney, who hold the WBC super title at lightweight. And also you have undefeated George Cambosis. I'm not going in a record. You hardcore boxing fans, you already know what it is. Both of these guys right now are undefeated. Both of these guys contend in the lightweight division and have attached themselves to a multi-fight deal. Now, how this all works out is pretty much George Cambosis' favor. You know what I'm saying? If you got a fat girl on the other end of the seesaw, that's what you're looking at with this deal. You feel me? It's heavy on the side of George Cambosis because he has the titles, man. Y'all have to understand that. He has the titles. Don't start putting race into it and all this other shit when Lomachenko did not have a rematch clause. There's no rematch clause. So in this particular case, Devin Haney is supposed to fight George Cambosis in Australia. You know what I'm saying? Twice, times 2. With that said, if Devin Haney defeats George Cambosis, he gets a rematch. But if Camboso defeats Devin Haney, he's out. He's gone. He gets his shot done, over, move to 140. Then the biggest grand finale of them all, you know what I'm saying? They have to come see the Grand Poobah. The Grand Poobah is top rank. Why? Because I told you earlier that just because Lomachenko did not take this fight right now, they still have it in the plans for him to fight for those belts again. And this where it's at. Cambosis. If he defeats Devin Haney, he's gonna come over here, and they're gonna put this. ESPN is going to be a part of the streaming deal, and George Cambosis is gonna fight Vasyl Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? The one that's the ultimate gem in this entire equation is pretty much everyone. They have a certain clarity of diamond for which they are appraised in this little mix-up that we have right here. Devin Haney gets his shot. Devin Haney gets his shot at the titles, but he's the B-side. So he has a lower clarity of the diamond. Even when he wins the titles, let's say Devin wins the title from Cambosis, he has to go do it twice in Australia, bro. He has to do it twice. I could have told you they was going to take him through the motherfucking ringer. I don't find no slave shit in this. I don't find this as being an action that evolves around civility. I don't see it like that, to be honest with you. I think this deal is efficacious to the individuals that are running the show. It's efficacious to Luda Bella, the manager of George Cambosis, to broker a deal with someone who can make him money while he has the titles in his possession. Of course they're going to make it difficult for Devin Haney, bro. Of course. What are y'all thinking? Of course they're going to make it difficult. What are y'all thinking? King Miss say deal inked. Hopefully no cancellations and rescheduling occurs. Camho trying to play mind games with the young champ. Look, Mitch, we and everybody else, we had to understand that it was going to go like this. The Bella has these titles. This is boxing, bro. Everybody has some type of damn behind the scene, under the table, motherfucking handshakes and shit. They're trying to broker shit behind the scenes. Luda Bella was released from PBC for trying to do some shit behind the scenes. Now he go across the street, and of course he's gonna try to then make some money off that. He has to recover, bro. He has to reestablish his name. And who is he doing that with? George Cambosis, man. So George Cambosis beat Devin Haney. Devin Haney doesn't get a second shot. Devin Haney doesn't get a second shot. Devin Haney defeats Cambosis, right? In the first one. He defeats him the second one. He goes in there with Lomachenko. It's going to be beneficial for Devin Haney, pretty much legacy-wise. I'm sure he's going to make pretty decent money with Lomachenko. But let's be honest with ourselves. If you're not a PPV star, Cambosis is not, and Devin Haney is not. Devin Haney has the lower percentage of belts. That's obvious. So, of course, regardless of what they're going in there to negotiate, of course, he's going to take the lower end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can't just look at what Teofimo did and think it's that easy. Teofimo was signed with Top Rank. We talk about independency. We talk about all these things, but you don't have no network attached to you. You know what I'm saying? That becomes difficult. That's when the mastermind comes into play for Cambosis. He has to negotiate famously. Luda Bella has to negotiate famously, man. He has to do some shit like this so he can make it worth his while. Luda Bella can give a fuck about Devin Haney. He gives a fuck about Cambosis having an easier route to where he's trying to take these titles. They're trying to get these titles to a grand finale with ESPN with Vasyl Lomachenko because they want Lomachenko to have a shot at the belts again. And what? So the belts will be over there in the possession of Top Rank. You know what I'm saying? They were over there before with Teofimo Lopez. Now Top Rank is trying to get him back. So what better way to do it is to partner with the Bella, who has no other choice. You know what I'm saying? He has no other choice because Al Heyman kicked him out the nest for doing some shady stuff or whatever, allegedly. So, it's boxing. He goes next door and he works out a deal. But unfortunately, Devin Haney, it does seem like it's biased and discriminatory. It does seem like that. And it looks bad. It really does. But in order for Devin Haney to be a part of this sequence, Devin Haney, Team Haney, DHP, they had to step in and take the deal. Because if Lomachenko, look, I'm telling you all, with this denial and him not coming, that shit was purposely done, bro. That shit was purposely done. That's called maneuvering. That's called tactics. Tupac on deck. Salute to you, Mr. Pads. What's good? Haney setting precedent for young boxers. He believes in himself. I'm sure the deal wasn't ideal. I know it ain't because it's a 3-deal contract. It's definitely not ideal. This is definitely not something that's ideal, bro. Like, I know looking at it, like, you're gonna have different lenses of opinions and perspectives. Everyone gonna provide their introspective, so to speak, on this deal. It all boils down to business. Boxing is a hellified business, bro. And in this case, George Cambosis is with one of the dogs in the fight, the Bella. The Bella is a dog in the fight. Eddie Hearns can't even really fuck with the Bella right now. You know why he can't? Because the Bella said absurd, ridiculous, preposterous. Eddie Hearns couldn't even fuck with the Bella because they couldn't even get him to come close to breaking, to slide Devin Haney in there for what he was probably asking. See, Haney, they probably wanted to get paid as an A-side. And the Bella wasn't having none of that shit. They said, man, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm going to make this deal work. And look, it's going to work one way or the other. So the only other name they can get outside of Vasyl Lomachenko was Devin Haney. But know this, Devin Haney was not going to benefit pay-wise. And if he wouldn't have took this fight, they would have said he was ducking. They would have criticized the fuck out of him. It was almost like a dire straits for him to take this fight. And I know people feeling some type of way about Camboso. I call him Camboso off the rip. I called him, he was clowning right off the rip. Just with the undisputed shit, he was clowning. But peep this out. Just because Camboso said good boy, yeah, he being antagonistic. You should don't act desperate. You know what I'm saying? It should have never been any desperation to fight Camboso in the first place because they had to understand that the Bella was the head of the motherfucking snake, dog. The Bella was the mane on the lion. You weren't going to get shit past him regardless if they didn't have a network. He has skin in the game, dog. Eddie Hearn couldn't fuck with him. It don't matter what you send back in the term sheet or whatever on what you want. You ain't fucking with no rookie. Y'all have to understand you are not fucking with a rookie. Don't sit up here and say, oh man, they doing Devin. Devin, from my understanding, they was presented the same thing Lomachenko was presented. And of course, they wanted higher money. And once again, I'm one of those voices that really don't fuck around with people's pockets. Unless I want to talk about it on the top end. Like I want to talk about, okay, Teofimo Lopez negotiating, a higher pay to step in there with Lomachenko. And then going to purse bid outside of Top Rank. But in this case with the Haneys, them behind the scenes, that wasn't the case on what they can do. They didn't have it in the ball in their court. See, some of the shit Teofimo Lopez was able to do, he made that shit look easy, but it wasn't. And as you listen to Teofimo and Devin Haney, they always, it's always pay to come up. You know what I'm saying? I don't get in the pockets of these fighters. But with this case, all I remember is absurd, ridiculous, preposterous. I don't know what the preposterous lump sum that they was requesting that prompted Lou DiBella to say, those three words, but obviously it pissed him off. This is what I like about the deal. This shit to the extreme darkness of people's courage and psychological depth. You know what I'm saying? That shit, the places that you have to go when you know you're behind enemy lines. Devin Haney is behind enemy lines in this whole entire equation for the first two fights. He's behind enemy lines, y'all. He has to go in there and he win the titles. In order for him to move forward and do anything outside of that, he has to defeat Cambosis again. He has to defeat him again, man. Also, him and his father, Team Haney, they're going to be visiting Australia a lot in the upcoming months. Now, as much as Bill has been around the scene and his son, they have to know what happened to Deontay Wilder. They happen to know how Alexander Povetkin looked. They happen to know they behind enemy lines so much that they're going to be on super duper alert, man. I'm talking about super high alert that they're going to have to be on. The positive aspect on what I see, if Devin is able to defeat Cambosis twice in Australia, if he's able to defeat Cambozo in Australia twice, you might as well sign him up for Nassau, man, because he's going to the motherfucking stars. Because if he beats Cambosis twice, he would have defended all the titles once, and he head into a big fight. Devin Haney's Wall Street, his entire stock as a fighter, goes through the fucking roof. It goes through the roof. The betting odds for this motherfucking trifecta right here, it's just crazy. What are the odds of Devin Haney going in there defeating George Cambosis twice and then defeating Lomachenko? I mean, hey, they're going to be doubters. They're going to be skepticism. It's going to be a lot that involved. That's a tough 3-step trilogy right there. It's tough. He gets through all of that, you won't be able to tell Team Haney nothing. But I'm wondering, couldn't they get through the first 2 fights though, without something happen, without this being delayed into 23, without something crazy out of the blue on Mother Nature, shit take place? Can he do it? Above all else, is is Team Haney so tight knit and their security perimeters are ironclad that they can get through 2 fights in Australia and go in there and beat Cambosis? That's the toughest shit I've seen in a while, bro. Even with Teofimo fighting Nakatani, Comey, and then Lomachenko, in my opinion, it's not this hard. The reason why I'm saying that is because, first of all, you have to look at the pay. He had to make a compromise. That's outside of their comfort. There's no way that he wanted to make a monetary compromise, Team Haney. They just don't work like that. I don't blame them for for putting the numbers out there like that. I don't blame them at all. Because at the end of the day, boxing don't have a retirement plan. So that's out of my scope. But legacy wise, Devin Haney needs the shot at the titles. Now he gets the shot at the titles. But it's so fucked up. The deal seems so fucked up that the only one is not benefiting off this deal entirely is Devin. Because Cambosis get his way. If he don't win the first fight, he get a rematch. Then they get to fill out Devin, see how it is, and see what they need to change going into the second. Make some rearrangements with the referees and judges over there, and then they go back in there a second time. This is gonna be motherfucking tough, dog. This is gonna be extremely tough for Devin. Extremely. I'm not gonna put any doubt. I'm not gonna put any clouds over this cat. With them finally getting the deal done, but it's tough, bro. It is extremely tough, man. Haney understands it will sign the deal or continue to be frozen out. Haney believes in the fucking deal. I'm gonna whoop your ass every fight. Yeah, man, he has to. It's kind of like, you don't have any type of recourse. They would have froze him out and forced him to 140, and it doesn't mean he wouldn't have been facing some, restrictions or limitations up there at 140. So right now, he went through the Tiafimo shit. Then Tiafimo lose. He go through the Cambosis shit. They really wanted to do, Lomachenko, like I told y'all. I told y'all right off the rip. He didn't want to fight Devin Haney. He wanted to fight George Cambosis. Why? Because Lula Bella understands that Top Rank is where the money's at. Why? Because I told you when I was on site at Peter Kahn, he's saying they're going where the money at. This has already been in play. Where they going with the money at is Top Rank. I just see all the dilemmas that's attached to this 3-fight deal that Devin's gonna have to fight through tooth and nail. Team Haney is gonna have to go through some areas that they haven't visited before. They're gonna have to go through the muddy trenches, bro. They're gonna have to go through rainy days for this shit. They're gonna understand what it is to receive incoming. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna totally understand how it feels to be uncomfortable. Because if it's anything that you can come up with that can happen in this fight, it's going to. With the referees, the judges, and everything else, it's going to. But we got to keep faith that Bill is on his shit. I'm pulling, man, for Bill and his team to be on their shit, bro. They gonna have to be on their shit, just like I said Team Wilder had to. I told you they're gonna do everything to lift that WBC belt. I'm telling you, it's gonna be tough because right now you see what the play is. It's already out there on the table. It's no secret, none of that shit. The play is to get to Lomachenko. I told you Lomachenko all along was the pawn in the game, man. They was working this out so Lomachenko can have a shot at the belts again. That's all this is. Devin Haney gets his shot because he had no other choice. Cambosis has the damn leverage because he has the Bella behind him and they have all the belts, and they did not play with the motherfucking negotiations, bro. He said some disrespectful shit. I mean, hell, I said some disrespectful. Just look at the thumbnail. Shit, I said some disrespectful. Plenty of people don't say some disrespectful shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the way it is. Don't look at it too hard. When him being, with boxers being disrespectful to one another, of course, Cambosis is going to be disrespectful to Haney. But I'm hoping, look, 10 toes down. I'm hoping 10 toes down, bro. That Devin's able to walk through these first 2 fights. When I say walk, I'm not saying in a literal sense. I'm saying I hope they have a solid game plan to make this shit happen. Because 2 fights in Australia it's gonna be the land of the lost over there, man. It's gonna be Jurassic Park. It's gonna be shit that's coming out of them each and every corner, and that, you're gonna be expecting shit. You're gonna be on high alert. You don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. That's just the way I see it with this shit. It's incredible. Cambosis get the rematch. Cambosis get the rematch if he loses. Devin loses, he's out. They going over there to fuck with Lomachenko. If you telling me that ain't a motherfucking deal to take full advantage of the crowns that you have and the jewels that you have, that's where it's at right now. And y'all, please don't look anything less than understanding what I said initially about Cambosis. I told you all he was Cambozo from the beginning. I told you all that shit right off the motherfucking rip. He was looking for Lomachenko. He didn't give a fuck about Devin. He was just doing his media shit, blah, 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 talking all that. And they was going with Lomachenko all along because it was nothing that Eddie Hearns had to offer them. Come on, ESPN, bro. Well, what's going to be bigger than ESPN right now, Lula Bell is looking to make that money back. He's looking to recover. He's looking to rebound. He's looking at a resurgence, bro. That's what LaBella has done with this deal. It all benefits Cambosis because who gives a fuck? Okay, Devin Haney wins the belts. George Cambosis, them like, okay, we get a second shot. Within that second shot, they're going to look at everything that potentially went wrong. And then Cambosis may win the titles back. Or Devin may go in there 2-0. Now, one thing for sure, as much as I talked about this, I'm not going to sit up here and pontificate something that's totally against Devin going in there and having the opportunity to go in there and successfully get this fight done. I'm not going to do it, bro. I'm really hoping that he goes in there 2-0, which seems impossible. The reason why I say impossible is not his incapabilities, his physical incapabilities. It's the fact that it's in Australia. It's the fact this motherfucker is in Australia twice, man. This is an unbelievable deployment for Team Haney. This is fucking unbelievable. This is like being behind enemy lines twice. This is like going to the combat zone behind enemy lines twice, bro. Yes, a lot. That we can wrap the ribbons around. That seems good. He gets a shot at the titles. He gets a shot at becoming undisputed. But what they've done is, if Devin Haney wins, he has no chance to then for no, it's absent of a Chavo. He don't have any time to celebrate. He can't get all comfortable. He can go back to Oakland or whatever and go back to his gym or whatever and take all the pictures. But in his mind, they still have to go back to Australia again. In their mind, they know they still have to deal with the hocus pocus and the possible effect of judges and referees. In their mind, they know it's a whole lot of obstacles that await them. And those are going to be man-made obstacles, bro. Deals like this make you shake your head. But then again, if you understand to the core of how this played out, the shakers and movers of the game, the prominent role players, you'll totally get why Devin Haney is on the back end of this stick. He's on the lower half of this stick, man. Real talk. He only has one belt compared to Cambosis. Look, people already know that Team Haney negotiate high. They understand that. And the fact that what I just told you that the Bella mentioned, and he was very belligerent in his response, that is why Devin Haney is looking the way he is in this deal. But you got to bring some positive to it. You got to say he gets a shot at the titles. He has the opportunity to become undisputed at 135. But the congested part of that division, look, this is what makes this quest unbelievably grand. You know what I'm saying? If Devin's able to pull this off. Because with this division, you've had so many franchise champions. You had so many unified champions in such a short period of time. If Devin Haney is able to do it after Cambosis, yeah, he will go down in history as being able to sweep all the titles first. He has to beat Cambosis first. So he'll take all the titles that haven't been done today, in this day and time, to include the franchise title. He gets all of them. In a congested division where you already had Lomachenko was unified. I'm just talking about recently. I ain't talking about the Mike Garcia, none of that. I'm talking about Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez, Cambosis, and then Devin Haney. All of them in legacy. Even Camboso. Camboso is, he has his legacy. He has a title. He just don't have Devin's title. So Devin can shine very bright if he gets all the belts. Ultimately, it'll be double the difficulties heading into the next round in the rematch to try to go in there and defeat Cambosis. Him and his father is going to have to sit down and really come up with a game plan. You know what I'm saying? The team is going to have to be on high alert, very vigilant. That's all I can tell him, man. People are going to look at this shit as one of the worst deals in recent history for a fighter. It's not a bad deal for Cambosis, because if he beats Devin Haney, he goes for another big fight. He would have had his mandatory and Teofimo Lopez, boom, scoop that up. He would have went in there and defeated Devin Haney, scoop that up with Devin's title, and then go in there for a Lomachenko fight. So Cambosis' whole life would have changed in a matter of 3 fights, y'all. 3 motherfucking fights, because he don't have a rematch with Devin Haney. If he beats him, it's a wrap. If he beats him, it's a wrap. His whole life changed with paychecks. Now, I've been calling Cambosis Cambozo since the beginning of this bullshit, right? I can't be mad at Cambosis for being in a position to earn a living. But just so happened he's from Australia. Devin's over here from, out of the West Coast, that Oakland. And, he has his name. He has an opportunity to reach, higher levels in his career. But this deal right here is not to the benefit of Devin Haney whatsoever, bro. Oh my God. But salute the team, Haney, for allowing that ink to dry. It's gonna be motherfucking tough, dog. Everybody in this chat know it's gonna be tough. Yeah. He said the thumbnail's hilarious. Yeah, it's just a retreaded thumbnail, man. I kept it around for a reason. So I can put some parts to it. Keyword of the day is leverage. Absolutely. Absolutely. Keep that same energy when it comes to Spence and Crawford. It's not even the same situation, bro. It's not even the same situation. Real talk. You're talking about Devin Haney, who has 1 belt, 1 division. You're talking about Terrence Crawford, who has a 3-weight champion, formerly undisputed. Devin Haney don't have that history. We're not talking about the simplicity of freaking one belt versus dang 3 belts. Come on, JR Boxing. Come on now. Whoever you are. Doesn't even make sense, bro. That's not even energy I have to keep because it don't that shit don't even compare. It don't even compare. Like we say, Errol needs Terrence Crawford. All roads leave. You wasn't nowhere on my chat when Canelo was going over there to fight Caleb Plant and Caleb was getting 10 million. You weren't saying any of that. But all this shit comes to play when it comes to Crawford. Man, get out of here, bro. Eddie has now cleared his books of Boo Boo and Haney. Now, he ain't cleared no books of nothing. Eddie Hearns didn't have no play in this shit. I do not believe the deal that Haney just signed is the same deal off to Loma. Doesn't make sense. It wasn't the same deal off the Loma. But what I'm saying is, hold on for a second. I gotta let somebody in. Hold on for a second. Man, I'm back. Oh my God. Appreciate the patience. So back to the task at hand. Let me get to these comments. He said, I fuck with Spence, but Crawford never be in the same position as Haney. Totally different situation. Thanks for clarification. I don't know what he's talking about. It's probably somebody who's on a different account coming in here and they don't have the cojones to dang step on the and step on the chat with their primary identity. You know what I'm saying, on what their channel name is. Haney is a 12 plus years younger and was nowhere close to the accomplishments. Hey, clarify that, please. You know what I'm saying? Dig deeper. Because that shit's simple. What you just mentioned, that's simple shit I was saying. It's nowhere close to comparison for someone to come in here and say, keep the same energy. It's not even energy. Haney, Cambosis situation doesn't even compare. Haney is young enough to do a deal like this, a bad deal. Crawford damn near 35 years old. But Crawford's not in a bad deal. You know what I'm saying? He made solid money for being a fighter. You know what I'm saying? It's not a PPV star, but he was still getting guaranteed money. Not to get off subject. Haney needs to be applauded and held in high regard after the slap Cam Ho around for 24 rounds. But we know the drill. Cam Ho ain't shit after Haney whoops him. He ain't, man. That's why this is going to be an incredible feat for Devin Haney. It's going to be incredible if he's able to go in here and accomplish these two fights. If he goes 2-0 with Cambosis, 2-0, Cambosis might as well take the money he earned and go out into the outback with goddamn his body drenched in honey and fuck with a damn murder hornet's nest or something. Goddamn, go out there and damn drop kick a motherfucking kangaroo or something. You know, he need to do something stupid so he can get fucked up and people feel sympathy for his ass. Go out there and damn sleep overnight just with a sleeping bag. No protective cover or nothing. If you survive, you the man. NS came and said, why are people complaining Haney on the biggest network in the world? What network is that? What network is that, bro? Excuse me. I know what this needs to be about. I need to get my Christmas charity work done and drop the link. They'd be better off robbing Haney in the second fight. See, I'm not even trying to go there, Mitch. I ain't trying to go there with the robbing, you know what I'm saying, the scandal, the plotting, scheming. I'm trying to keep it positive because Haney is now a part of making history and attaching himself to with another badge to his legacy. He has that now. He's able to fight for all the titles, all of them in lightweight. Dion say, welcome to the business of boxing. Man, you ain't never lied, bro. Welcome to the business of boxing. They say boxing is a business first, right? But when business happens like this, people become discouraged. You know what I'm saying? They start getting in their feelings and acting like this is all fucking brand new to boxing. This shit ain't brand new. Damn rematch in Australia. Them turns are all over the place. Shout out to Jay Ocho on deck, bro. It is, man. Them turns are all over the place, dog. What type of gloves Devin has to wear? What is there a rematch clause in there? He can't rehydrate more than 2 pounds over his weigh-in weight. What's next? Dundot on deck. What's good with you? No excuse. He should have signed the contract then. Did Usyk not just go through the same thing with AJ. Salute WCS. Salute to you, $1 for real. You pissed them off. If that was offered to you and somehow, you pissed off the hand that you needed to damn slap 5 with. You pissed off the hand that you need to slap 5 with, then that's how it works in business. They wasn't going to play nice with you the second time around. I'm pretty sure Bill was on the phone, man, talking to whoever, trying to work it out. No, they weren't trying to hear that shit the second time around. Lomachenko said, nah, stay over here. They probably told Lomachenko to stay over there because we about to take Devin Haney through the ringer. They're still going to come back full circle for Lomachenko. He's sitting and waiting. Where's Devin? Where's Cambosis? I just want Devin to win these 2 fights over in Australia. And then come in there and give Lomachenko them hands again. You know what I'm saying? Give him another loss at lightweight. Real talk. Put another loss on his record so they can't sit up here and try to act like the shit never happened. Like they was doing Orlando Salido. He's undefeated. That fight was all wrong. It really truly never happened, just like Canelo. It's like that fight don't exist. I wasn't even experienced or none of that, but you had over 40 fights though. Shut up. Baptism of fire for Haney. Man, you have never lied. It's an inferno, Mr. Pass. This shit is an inferno, bro. This is an inferno for Devin. This shit is an inferno, bro. They stupid though. They're about to make Haney a bona fide superstar. Devin about to be the best fighter in Australian history, and he still won't sign with Top Gang. Look, people have to understand he's not signed with. Like, this is just for a deal. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, if you go back to when Devin was about to get started, they was trying to get him to sign with Top Rank. I said, go back and do your history. So him coming back and being a part of a fight deal for monetary reasons is cool. You know what I'm saying? Still, it's cool. But the way he has to go about it, oh my God, man. This shit is stressful. Not to me. I'm just saying it's probably stressful for Team Haney. This shit is absolutely, unequivocally, stress on a whole nother level of $9.99. Because if you think about anything from here on out, Haney's gonna be in the gym training to go in there and win that first bout, because that's it. He has to win the first bout. He's not looking to say, okay, let me think about the second rematch. There's no rematch if you don't win the first fight. If Devin Haney makes it out of the first 2 fights 2-0, I donate 500. I donate 500 to Team Haney. That's if. That's like a nickel to what they make. That's a nickel. You know what I'm saying? You thought I was gonna say one of these channels. Hell to the no, I ain't donating to no channel for no Team Haney. I donate to the team. That shit right there is look, me saying $500, that's insulting. That's insulting for what he has to go through to get to the third fight. That's motherfucking insulting, man. This whole deal is just the talk of the town. This shit is gonna look. This shit right here is gonna implode so much. Like this is gonna continue to radiate. It's gonna be like molten lava, bro. It's gonna be like the eruption all week long. People gonna be saying they breaking down and itemizing and giving their analytics. Look, the analytics is simple. You can see how this deal is made to benefit certain people. It's not that difficult. There's no breaking down of anything. In order for Devin Haney to get the shot, he had to capitulate. He had to go in here and sign what was on there after, of course, they looked it over. He had to take the so-called less money and everything else. The same shit the Wilder was going through when he was trying to negotiate with Joshua. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, the difference is that shit never came to light for the paper, for contractual reasons. But I'm saying, sending a fight in there with a 12 million flat fee, 15 million flat fee, that's stressful, bro. But, we don't know the total numbers of what Devin's going to be making. Bill, if you out there, I called you, but you probably in the gym right now. You're probably doing something, talking with the team or whatever. But I hit Bill up. I didn't get an answer, just like a lot of people. But hey, you get time, hit me back. Appreciate it. But I was able to talk to another one of my connects at a certain promotion about some things. And I talked to them about this fight. And they even told me that, this could benefit Shakur Stevenson also. You know what I'm saying? This could benefit Shakur Stevenson also. I'm just going to put that out there, and I'm not going to go into detail on what I'm talking about. But this, remember, you heard it here first, right? This could benefit Shakur Stevenson also. So remember, I put it out there. All right. I just dropped a little gem for y'all. Top Gang has options. They holding Camho to his word, wanting to make the big fights. Well, he's going to have 3 big fights, goddammit. He would have had Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Vasyl Lomachenko. Top Rank has options. Hold tight on my way back. That's me. Legacy defining accomplishments. I agree, Nunez. Shout out to Nunez on deck. I agree, bro. This is beyond defining. You're talking about Devin Haney running this gauntlet of 3 tough fights. Now, I don't think Cambosis is, tough to the point where, like I said earlier, that this is his toughest opponent, Devin Haney, being the Cambosis. I don't think Cambosis is his toughest opponent in a lot of ways. There's so many ways to beat him. He just have to fight a smart fight. He may have to give that Nakathilia type energy, that low key, you know what I'm saying? That low watt bulb in that motherfucker. Just fight smart just to get the titles. And then come in with a whole nother game plan in the rematch. This is motherfucking chess match, man. This is who has the better psychological decision-making process in these fights. Who is smarter? Who will become the genius in something that looks damn near impossible to complete? Will it be Team Haney or will it be Team Cambosis? The one aspect you can look at that Mickey Bay's already went in there with Cambosis, man. So, of course, Devin Haney has all that knowledge that's coming from Mickey Bay. I know they probably talked about this already, but he does have that knowledge. Then, this is the point where Devin Haney can change levels, man, and just prove that he's everything that they said he was. This gauntlet will do that. He get past the first 2 fights and he defend those titles. Oh my God, dog. I think, real talk, I think Devin Haney surpasses notoriety of Teofimo Lopez. For real. Off the strength of defeating Cambosis in his backyard twice. Because now people, look, this is based off. This is based off the hypotheticals. You know what I'm saying? This is based off the hypotheticals without seeing the fight. You know what I'm saying? It's only a prognosticated view. Just a logical, opinionated on him getting through these fights. We don't know how he's going to look in that fight. We don't know the chicanery is going to go on. We don't know any of that shit. All I'm saying is he get past Cambosis twice in his backyard. His notoriety is going to supersede T.O.'s for a second. Real talk. Because everybody's going to be talking about Devin, Haney, and Lomachenko. Every fucking body is going to be talking about Devin, Haney, Vasil Lomachenko. It's not going to be a voice on this YouTube shit that say that Devin Haney did not earn this fight with Lomachenko. All the Abdulayev shit out the window. Alfredo Santiago out the window. Yurkis Gamboa out the fucking window. It don't matter. Jojo Diaz out the window. He gets past Cambosis for 2 fights in the Outback. If you thought Devin was arrogant then, he's definitely going to be arrogant now. Who's complaining over here? We just stating the obvious. Y'all motherfuckers need to stop coming here with that bullshit. What up, Mitch? The odds are against him, but this is legacy. I agree, Teach. This is absolutely, truly a legacy fight, which would take him to levels. We're talking about based off one division. This lightweight division, this based off one division. This lightweight division with the recent fights that we had up here, the championship fights, man, it's just has so much traffic, didn't it? It has had so much freaking boxing history show itself in the 135-pound division, coming from Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? When he defeated Luke Campbell and shit, and everything that happened with the franchise, to Teofimo negotiating, and from 1.2 to 2 or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? No rematch clause in that bitch. The way the fight played out, Tio, the delay that happened in Florida, and then COVID, and then something else. Triller making all this grandstand freaking news headlines that they, won the purse bid, all to go to waste. All to go to waste. And then the zone picks it up and Teofimo loses. Now, you have Cambosis, who is an attachment to what makes him look really, really bad. But I don't look at it like that, because this is boxing. It's a lot of contracts out there that are bad. It's a lot of people who doesn't benefit in the contracts. Devin Haney, he benefits like little dots. He has to connect the dots. That's all. It's going to be tough for him to connect those initial dots. That's all. He benefits. He gets a shot at the title, but it's not the way you would want it. Now, it would be great to say, have one fight over here and have one fight over there. Cool. But they're not fucking with that idea. They're not trying to placate freaking Team Haney. They want them to be as miserable as fucking possible. And you know what that stands for? That's saying coming over to Australia twice. Do it twice, mate. Mate, do it twice, mate. Come to the Outback twice, mate. We'll show you don't fuck with us, mate. They're going to have to do it. They're going to have to do that shit. Goddamn, Bill them come over there 2-0, bro. That's all I'm saying. That shit's crazy. But anyway, I mean, this is not a very complex way to look into everything. I mean, you have the pluses and minuses of this deal. It's not complex at all, man. You know who's being fucked over, but yet they say no, not really, because we're providing you an open door. Now you don't know what's in store for you once you decide to go through that door. We have some tricks. It's gonna be Halloween early. You know what I'm saying? They letting it be known. Yeah, we gonna fuck with you, shawty. We gonna fuck with you for sure. You're going to Australia. Ugh. Hey man, best wishes to Team Haney. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna sit up here and dip them, dip them in and out of a bucket of criticism. I'm glad they got the fight. I'm looking forward to seeing him step in the square. I'm looking forward to seeing this play out. He's gonna have to be on not even his A game. He's gonna have to be on his best level game that we've ever seen him box. He's gonna have to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney's gonna have to come in there and do some shit that we ain't seen him do. Plus, he's gonna have to be extra smart in there with Cambosis. Even if he have to make that shit look like, Toka Kunklar and Nakathelia when Shakur Stevenson fought him. So fucking what? Long as you do enough to win. Because goddamn it, if that fight is close and it goes to the scorecards, and you can almost guarantee they're gonna rob the fuck out of him. Period. The odds are against him, but his legacy and one of the history book, none of the other A fighters at 135 has done this. At the end of it all, Haney or Camboso will have the best record at 135. This is gonna be epic. Like I said before, you're basically competing for every single crown that's on the table. The entire stash, the entire display, all the badges, you are competing for every fucking thing. And like I said before, I don't know with the criticism the Team Haney said about the franchise and the way Mauricio, I really hope that they petition for all the motherfucking belts. I mean, what I mean by that is I hope they petition for the franchise, okay? I hope they petition for the franchise so all the belts are on the line and we can take it from there. Don't let your pride get in the way. Don't leave Cambosis with anything. Look at the deal he gave you and then say to yourself, you know what? Fuck that. We petition for the franchise title too. Send Mauricio motherfucking FedEx signature receipt that you want to petition for the franchise, and let's see what happened. But once again, this fight reminds me of once again, like it's a mystery. It's going to be mystery if both of the fighters even make it to the ring, because Lomachenko is out there. So like I mentioned earlier, are these fighters going to actually make it to the ring, or are they going to come up with something to delay it? That's why I'm not going to basically immerse myself into talking about this shit, because it has so much potential, for to be scandalous. You know what I'm saying? For to be embroiled in controversy. I just want to give it time to play out. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I'm happy that Haney gets his opportunity, but I'm not going to talk about this too much, because I'm thinking it's still a lot of variables that's out there that can happen that may postpone this fight, man. I'm assuming they win their next 3 fights. Canelo has admitted he wasn't too young. Mayweather was just difficult. Man, he has no other choice. It's his people. It's his people that's out here trying to say that Canelo was green and he was a neophyte. No. He wasn't a neophyte. He had over 40 fights. He was more than seasoned, and you just need to deal with that loss. He always have Floyd Mayweather on his record in red. Great news. Salute. Does the deal humble Bill Haney in any way? Because he got outclassed in negotiations. I don't know. I can't really sit up here and think for Bill Haney. There's some channels on here that may be able to speak. I'm pretty sure he's going to show up. I saw him on TBV recently. That's one of their outlets that promote Haney hard now. So yeah, I would say tune in to TBV because they're out there where Team Haney is at. Their second location is out there in Vegas. So I would say tune in because he just did an interview, I think, with Bill Haney. And I think I saw the description say something like this is the Super Bowl, Devin Haney versus George Cambosis. The only thing I say about that Super Bowl is, in a Super Bowl, you have two teams that come in on neutral playing field. You know what I'm saying? I don't see this as a neutral playing field. I don't see this as neutral battlegrounds. I don't see it like that. Now, as far as the glory of it all, yeah, people might say it's Super Bowl, but still, people gonna look at this like, well, you have Jamel Charlo, Brian Castano, this happening at 154. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to look at the Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson unification. It might not be for the same amount of belts, but you look at the names of both of these individuals, and in my opinion, both of their names is higher than Cambosis, Shakur Stevenson, and freaking Oscar Valdez. In my opinion. We've been said Dundada is Rick Glazer on burner account. Hey man, if you right, J Ocho, man, I'm gonna hit you on the Cash App, dog. If you right, I'm gonna hit you on the Cash App, bro. What Usyk did can't be compared. Why not? He had no rematch clause. AJ did, and they were fighting in AJ backyard. But look at this though. People looking at you're overlooking something when you're talking about Eddie Hearns. It's always a rematch clause, dog. that's how he gets extra money. It's always a rematch clause with his fights, dog. I mean, it's always like that. Why not put a rematch clause in there? It was one with Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? Ruiz had a rematch clause. That shit had a rematch clause. Okay. Usyk has a rematch clause. I mean, there's no similarities here, bro. Eddie Hearn's going to put the rematch clause in there. But in this particular case right here, he has very limited authority to do nothing. The rematch clause benefit George Cambosis. If he loses, he gets a second shot back at home for a nice little chunk of change. For Devin Haney, not so much. If he loses, he doesn't get that second shot. Do I believe it's hoism? Do I believe it's hoism coming from Cambosis to act the way he's acting? Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Cambozo has absolutely showed every single color of his motherfucking wig, that big, shiny, glowing red nose looking like Rudolph, the Cambozo clown out of Australia. And he showed everything. He's not going to be well liked in this boxing community for what he's doing. He's not. But I'm not sitting here to place all the culpability in his lap and say he's doing something I've never seen before. Yeah, boxing is a dirty fucking game, but him treating, Devin with this contract, it's not just him, it's Ludabella. You're gonna piss the man off and then renegotiate? Come on, how's that working out? You can't piss the man off and renegotiate, bro. When they have other options, Lomachenko is still in the fray. You can't piss the man off. You can't come in there and put all these high numbers and say, well, okay. No. Now you have a shot at the titles, and and it's way below the money that you would want. And it's in the backyard. Typical shit for a champ to have a rematch clause. Since when has a challenger been granted a rematch clause? That's only in the place if the champ loses. I'm just saying, like, the AJ shit is not even comparison to this, because Usyk came in there with no motherfucking titles, dog. I mean, come on, man. What are y'all doing, bro? He didn't have no titles, man. So, Anthony Joshua, he had a rematch clause for Ruiz, came in there with no titles. Anthony Joshua was unified champion, lost to Alexander Usyk, rematch. Doesn't that make sense? In this case, both fighters have belts, but Cambosis has the leverage. Leverage is the key word underscore in this negotiation process. The leverage is in favor of George Camboso, man. That pistol play can't come with that contract. Yes, sir. Every single crown until Suleiman creates another one. Now, I think he kind of done with the primary players when it comes to the titles. You know what I'm saying? The WBC title. I think he's done right now with the franchise, because he's been fucking up lately. He had the Freedom Belt, the Pride Belt. Cambosa didn't petition. They just gave it to him after he upset Tio. No, they petitioned for that, dog. They petitioned for it. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, Suleiman is like, yeah, the franchise belt is transferable. Before, it was like, yeah, the franchise champion cannot lose the belt. Now it might be an automatic transfer. You know what I'm saying? So you might be right, Mitch. It might be an automatic transfer with the titles, man. You don't have to petition anymore. Big Dog in the building. How you feeling, bro? I hate that Haney had to take the trash contract and worry about all this foul play in Australia. Hey, those two words you just mentioned, man, it's going to be absolutely a primary concern. Foul play. Yeah, the contract is oh my God, horrendous. It's horrendous. Just the mere fact that it involves so much, man. Like, we can only imagine fighting in Australia twice just to get the Lomachenko. Oh man, that shit is incredible, bro. Like, why did Haney and Shakur have to take such lowball offers for these belts? Sick of this BS. You know how boxing is, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how boxing is. That makes you think about, look, I'm glad you mentioned that, Big Dog. It make you think about what I told you about the black fighters. The black fighters have to understand that they're outnumbered in this boxing game, and they need to take more risk. So taking a loss is not as big. You as a black fighter, you need to take the risk. You need to take challenge. You can't sit up here and say, oh, that's my brother, I'm chilling. I ain't gonna fight my brother. No, you and your brother need to go out there and make money. One of y'all have to lose. But yet you giving the fans something they didn't think they was gonna see. Like an Errol Spence, Sean Porter. Of course, Sean Porter had the belt, but I'm talking about it'll be good. More brothers fight each other absent of the titles. You see the black fighters fighting everybody except the brothers most of the time. But now you have a black and a Mexican, a Puerto Rican and black, and Mexican, Oscar Valdez. That's going to be a good fight. But Shakur Stevenson, he wants to unify the entire 130-pound division. And like I told you before, keep your eye out for Shakur Stevenson and what he's doing right now. I'm gonna lay that out there again. Just keep your eye out, because they have plans for Shakur Stevenson, man. They have plans for him. Seriously. Watch what I tell you. Steven in the building. What's good, bro? I'm happy for Haney. He gets a shot at Undisputed. I think Haney can beat Cambosis twice. Hey, you want to put some money on that? You want to put a bill on it? I'm betting he beats him twice too. I'm look. It's no way that I'm betting against him not beating him. I want to see him go 2-0 in Australia. I want to see Devin Haney go 2-0 in motherfucking Australia, dog. 2-0 and go and come back over here and give us a fight with Vasil Lomachenko and talk his shit. Because like I said before, all that other shit is gone. It's washed away. All that damn residue from him not fighting this person and that person, he goes 2-0 in Australia, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You can't sit up here and bring up nothing with Gamboa, Jojo, goddamn Santiago, Abdullayev, none of that bullshit. It's a wrap. It's done. You can't talk about, we can't sit here and criticize how he got his titles no more. It's done. He go 2-0 out that motherfucking Outback. He has all the bragging rights in the world, man. Because he would have did something Tio didn't do. Lomachenko hasn't done. Mikey Garcia hasn't done. But once again, he's suffering on the monetary side. We look at Mikey Garcia move up for the first time and get all that money with Errol Spence. It wasn't no crazy elbow 360, goddamn turn the corner, click your heels twice, and wait for a voice to be heard. This house falling out the sky, all this bullshit. No, it was none of that. What about when Triple G fought Canelo? He got paid handsomely, bro. This deal right here is just dirty. It's dirty, bro. This deal right here is dirty. But like once again, I'm not sitting up here pouting about it because it's boxing, but it's dirty. It's the lay of the land when it comes to boxing, man. Bruce Gas on deck. What's good with it? OG, how you feeling? Shakur took a pay cut for Oscar fight unification. Bet on yourself and become a superstar. And that's what, they're moving him for, a certain position. They're allowing him to make these moves. Of course, he's not going to get paid, incredible just off coming off Jamel Herring fight, even though he is a world champion at the division. So he gets the WBC, he unified. Of course, his numbers go up. His price yesterday isn't his price today. You know what I'm saying? So he beats Oscar Valdez. I mean, we talking about the WBA and IBF. Hey, that'd be incredible if he's able to unify his second division. He would have emulated, his mentor, so to speak, in Terrence Crawford, his big bro. He would have emulated him in his second division, become undisputed. Different weight classes, but somewhat the same numbers. So Haney should have never opened his mouth and said he will fight on Jupiter. Boy, and take the same as Loma. Enough barking. We're gonna see if Devin has some bite. Dang, somebody's sitting up here. I don't know. I'm reading this language. I don't know, man. Don Dada, your language sounds somewhat similar. See if he has the one thing about somebody that you may change the name or whatever, but when you speak, you're gonna slip up every now and then and say some things, you know what I'm saying, that kind of revolves around how you speak as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like bite. Not everybody says bite. Not everybody says bite. And then also mentioning Jupiter. I mentioned Jupiter. I get it. He never said he would fight on Jupiter. So we're going to see if Devin has some bite. I don't know, from hearing that Don Dada is a brother. There's no way that you're going to convince me that a brother just said, we're going to see if Haney has some bite. So whoever that is, that's Don Dada, whoever that is, we might be on to you. Steven say Floyd Mayweather took a pay cut against Hoya. Yeah, but did he take a pay cut with all these stipulations and freaking geographical locations and fighting himself. I mean, it's gonna be tough, bro. But like I said, it's boxing, man. It's a business first. Shakur wouldn't have to take a pay cut if the fans would have let Bob brew the fight a bit more and have it on PPV. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. But, some of the greats have taken pay cuts, Don Dollar, for real. Some of the best is taking pay cuts. I think we might have locked in who Don Dollar is. It's either him or her. It would be nice to see Haney beat Cambosis up so bad that he wouldn't want the rematch. I don't know, man. With the with the power, he's absent of that brutality, that strength. As Don Dollar said, the bite. What I'm saying? Bite can come in many forms, but I don't think he has the power to break Cambosis down like that. I don't know, man. I'm surely thinking that he can maybe give us Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran type shit, frustrate him, outbox him. You know what I'm saying? He has to be very clean with that though. But as far as power wise, beat him up so bad, I don't think that's in our future, bro. I don't see it in our future. I mean, we didn't see it with the Jojo Diaz fight. He didn't leave him out there looking raggedy. I think Stevenson going to 135 in 2023. Stay tuned, man. I'm telling you, I already dropped the gem. They have something in store for Shakur Stevenson, man. It would be nice to see Haney beat, and it might not be what you think either. It would be nice to see Haney beat Cambosis up so bad. Shakur is okay because Top Rank has the option on the fights. If Haney wins twice, which he will, Top Gank can offer Loma or Shakur. Yeah, but more so Loma. It depends on what's going on over there in the Ukraine. But they could offer Loma or Shakur Stevenson. Absolutely. That would be a big fight. Both of those would be a big fight. People may say, well, Shakur Stevenson hasn't accomplished what Loma has. Correct. But Shakur Stevenson, one thing he has that star power that's increasing every day. You know what I'm saying? He has that star power that's increasing every day, man. And damn well, boxing fan, I hope they throw that fight down in the A. Y'all got to come down to the A. But Bill gonna try to have that shit in his backyard. You know that. But Devin Haney versus Shakur Stevenson, or Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko, hey, I'm gonna tell you another jewel, right? Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez was supposed to be down here in the A. All right, you heard it here first. Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez was supposed to be down here in Atlanta. You know why that's not the case? Because Oscar Valdez felt that he wouldn't get a fair shake because this Black Hollywood, baby. Shakur Stevenson tried to come down here and get this tank love. He know what's popping down here in Atlanta. So they was going to come throw the fight down here, but Oscar Valdez felt, no, say amigo, no South, no ATL, black. I don't like. So it didn't happen. That's real talk. That's the truth. Hello, is this a conspiracy? Is Don Dollar Rick Glaser? Hey, I listen to language, bro. I listen to language. If y'all probably know, I can have the people that have a conversation with me in person is definitely not the way I speak behind the mic. And I don't interview people the way I speak behind the mic when I'm just doing single shit on lives. One thing I do is listen to language and people key words they use. Seriously. Because a bad habit I got when I'm doing an interview, I might say a yeah too much, because if I spoke to my audience the way I speak to y'all, just on the live and just flowing, it may seem a bit irritating to the interviewer. You know what I'm saying? The interviewee. They might say, why is he using this type of thespian behavior? Why are you speaking like this and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just saying, like, you listen to people keep words. And I know now I can't speak for all my people, but I know we don't use the word. We'll see how much bite. That's not what we say. We say some shit like this. We see if he's gonna get in his ass and I gonna beat that ass. We'll see how it look when get a little tough for him. He go through adversity. We see how much dog he got in him. You know what I'm saying? Dundada, you need to listen to me now. The brothers don't use bite like that. I'm just saying, dog. I know my people to a point. They shout to get this smoke in the building, dog. What's good with you, dog? If you want to talk about bite, that's goddamn smoke, dog. Smoke, dog. He's damn sure is not Jamaican. He ain't Jamaican, dog. He isn't Jamaican. Let's get that clear. Dundada isn't Jamaican. Absolutely not. But nice name to kind of, throw the distraction out there and everything. But bite, look, that's a 4-letter word that stands out so clearly, man. It's so lucid to the point where you can do a lot of separation with that shit. The brothers don't say that. But if it is Rick Lacer, hey, Rick, how you doing, bro? Haney would really have to load up on a shot like he knocked out that one guy. See, the only thing about the guys he knocked out previously, you have to speak of the lower tier opposition that was and how it played out the way it did. This is higher tier competition. You have to look at the split decisions of George Cambosis. He's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Head into that mandatory with Teofimo Lopez. And Cambosis is not this damn heavy hitter. He landed a punch on Tio early in the fight and couldn't sleep him. He couldn't even put him in a damn semi-conscious state. He has issues too. Devin Haney is going to have to be very, very careful, smart, intelligent early on in the fight where Cambosis is at his best. And then from if it makes it to the mid rounds or whatever, he's going to have to box. We didn't see a lot of his jab with JoJo. He gonna have to work that jab. He's gonna have to be, very active. We're working behind the jab. Still keeping, the activity level up. Don't act scared. Don't sweep the outside. People gonna boo the fuck out of you. But he's got to give that Jorge Linares energy, but not the entire fight. Not round for round. You proven you willing to stand in there, Devin. You proved that you willing to stay close quarters with JoJo too. But you have to watch out for that right hand of Cambosis because he disguises it very well, and he's very quick with it. When he flipped on the switch for that right hand, hey, you know what it is. Dundada say you ain't see Cambosis put Devin face on a dog body. Hey, I don't know. And then also, Dundada, you have to look at his Vasyl Lomachenko and Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I'm saying? It's Vasyl Lomachenko, Oleksandr Usyk picture. Definitely ain't Jamaican. Definitely ain't. D-Ray Promotions. But I'm just talking to you, Dundada. It ain't personal. Haney needs to keep doing what he does. Don't start training to go for a KO. What he's done so far is working. Teach, that's definitely not something they're gonna do. They're not gonna switch up and go through a drastic change just for Cambosis. Like they made a change for Linares, and it worked out fairly well. Even though he was caught in the 10th, it doesn't change the fact that he fought differently than he used to. He fought differently. You know what I'm saying? He fought differently. You got to give him that respect. I mean, they was listening to the fans. They wanted to come in there and be a bit more aggressive, and they did it. It just so happened, they say Devin gets a little complacent, falls asleep in there sometime, and he was caught. But he never touched the canvas. Teofimo's been on the canvas. Lomachenko's been on the canvas. Cambosis been on the canvas, bro. Richard Comey's been on the canvas. Ryan Garcia's been on the canvas. Should I keep going? Tank contract is up after his next fight. Do you see him going directly to the networks or to Top Rank or co-promotional deal with TGB Promotions? For co-promotional deal. No fighters are always going to have their promotion companies, but I think he's going to stay with PBC and continue to let Al Heyman advise him. And he's just not going to be. He's not going to be with Mayweather Promotions. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to stay over there at PBC because Al Heyman has been running things anyway. Al Heyman's been making the calls over there. Period. So it's nothing new. It'll be transparent to a point. Because look, when Gervonta was down here, man, I'm not gonna lie, people was looking forward to seeing Floyd walk in the building. The first fight he had down here with Gamboa, Floyd came in with his people. People was like, oh, there go Floyd. He had all his shit. His people with him. It was a whole lot of damn boxing superstars that was taking photo op on stage. On stage and everything. Then he came back down here a second time. Floyd Mayweather bring out the people. It's gonna be different. That now Gervonta is about to venture out on his own, which I think is great. I think it's great for him to venture out on his own. Make that shit happen the right way, man. Venture out on your own and become this PPV star. But he has to get past Rolly. He has to get past Rolly. And people need to understand, one fight doesn't destroy a fighter's career. Now, black fighters may take a bit more criticism when they lose one time, as if everything is done and over, get out of here. And then, Mexican fighters or European fighters, they face several knockdowns. You know what I'm saying? They get back up and it's all over headlines. What a war! What a war! This is history. You know what I'm saying? Black fighter, goddamn get knocked down. Then it becomes a whole nother different headline. Retirement is in his near future. His career, though it was what would they say? Though his future, though his boxing career was bright at one time, that glory has since dwindled, and he's in the dark. He needs to retire. His team needs to get him to retire. He's done. But he only has one loss, though. And he's 23 years old, 24 years old. I'm telling you, it's over. You can see it in his eyes. I'm just saying, dog. That's what they say, man. Like, look, as I'm speaking, Miguel Berchelt is only 30 years old, man. But you see it in his eyes. He's hurt. I was at Tank versus Gamboa. Yeah, Dion. I remember you telling me you was gonna come down here, bro. But did we run each other? I don't remember seeing you. Like, I drove up to Alabama, dog. I'm like, damn, when I'm gonna meet this community? You're a community representative. You're a big deal. I didn't get a chance to see you in Alabama nor GA. Bob had that work at 135 and 140. Smoke said there are a lot of West Indians in England and have funny slang to American ears. Dundada's just doing his thing, I think. I don't think Dundada is Jamaican at all. And what as I do, Smoke, it's not too many times that you said we'll see if he has bite. That's not words we use, dog. But it's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Haney should just box Cambosis, stick and move and keep this in sharp defense. I think he should do. Look, I agree, man. I think he should carry out the most smart, strategic, offensive strategy possible. You know what I'm saying? He should choose the most comfortable plan that he can. I wouldn't say, allowed to be safeguarded for a long period of time in the bout. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, man, fuck everything else, just like they did on the contract. Who gives a fuck is the first fight boring? If you beat him, you got them do the same thing Floyd Mayweather did to Marcus Maidana. It looked tough in the first one, and then he made it look easy as shit in the rematch. Do the same thing, Floyd did. Do the same thing there, Devin, if you can. It's an expression. Haney just talk a lot of shit, like they scared of him, like see if he can back it up. I understand that, Don. The boxers, I look at a lot of boxers that talk shit. You know what I'm saying? T.O., Devin, Cambosis, all of them talk shit for real. It's the game. It's the sport, man. These fighters all look at the Tony Harrison, Jermell Charlo shit. That was an epic trash talking extravaganza, man. They was talking mad shit to each other. Even Shakur Stevenson was talking shit to Jamel Herring, and that's a good friend of his, man. And even he turned heel, to sell the fight a little bit. He wouldn't apologize afterwards, everything. You know what I'm saying? Just say it's business or whatever. But yeah, it's plenty of people, plenty of boxers out here that used to be cordial and found out they was fighting one another. They say, fuck that. We ain't friends until after the fight. Just like we should see with Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. Errol Spence, if he makes it to this fight and beat Yordenis Ugas, according to what happened, I don't know if this fight between him and Crawford is going to happen. I'm tired of talking about it. But he should call out goddamn Jermell Charlo, man. Just like Mike Tyson said, the brothers need to help each other eat. Call out Jermell Charlo, goddammit. Call out Jermell Charlo. That's what I want to see. I want to see a Texas Jamboree. I want to see Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo. That's who I want to see. I want to see these channels talk about Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo, because we really don't know if Crawford situation is going to happen. But what's right there in the heartland of Texas, in the backyard, we got two fighters, two top names in Texas right now. He get past Yordenis Ugas, that would be a big fight that Jerry Jones will make money off of and be extremely happy. Charlo and Spence will be able to make extremely amount of money. We won't have no go fight over there in Egypt and Saudi Arabia. No, you're going to fight right there in Jerryland. You good. Black Hollywood, Tank has to find some competent people who he can trust to run day-to-day at GTD Promotions. That tall dude that follows him around might not be ready. Mitch, no, you talking about 6'9"? Not 6'9". They call him 6 something. I know what dude you talking about. He's been around there for a minute, man. I'm definitely not gonna discredit. I don't get into teams and shit like that. I just don't get into that because you never know the inner workings of these teams because it's so much shit. But if he stays with Al Heyman and TGB, it's up to him on how he's gonna collect his other team. I don't think his team will truly fragment unless he leaves PBC. Like then his team may fragment a bit if he looks for top rank, something like that. Because I can't see Gervonta fighting on the zone. He's already a PPV guy. Come on, stop it. I can't see him fighting on the zone. Let's get that out the way. I definitely not gonna see him fighting on damn Golden Boy. That shit ain't fucking happening. Unless he can make some moves like Canelo, go sign a 2-fight deal with Oscar, go over there and knock out Ryan, and something. I don't know. Hey, don't say I didn't mention it. Rolly got some power. Absolutely. Rolly got some power. Rolly got that retard strength, man. He's stronger than what he looks. For real. We don't have to see, a master boxer. Gervonta is a master. He's a masterful boxer, dog. There's no way Rolly's skill set is gonna, in the upcoming months, is gonna level up to the point where he can go in there and outbox Tank. He's gonna have to go in there and do some dirty shit like cut him early with an elbow or something, groin shot. He's gonna have to do some shit to frustrate Tank so you can bring that Baltimore out of him. I always say this. I think Gervonta Davis has matured. He has. He has matured. I'll say it. He has matured. But when it comes to fucking with him, I don't know. You want to hit him in the nuts or whatever, or goddamn cut him, and now he's in a whole different mindset. Like, this motherfucker trying to sit up here and play dirty. He really trying to get the fight stopped on some bullshit. And then when Tank retaliates, it might be to the point where it's obvious foul, and they may try to disqualify his ass. That's what I think Rolly's going to try to do. He's going to try to frustrate the shit out of Tank, fighting dirty, bully him. Rolly's going to come in and try to bully him because he feels he has more power and he has more strength. Shouts to Mrs. Herring. She wasn't having that bullshit from Shakur Young. She wasn't, was she? She was looking at that motherfucker like, hell no, you ain't coming to here apologizing to me. I don't have shit to say. Give me some couple of years. Because look, you talking about Shakur, they probably broke bread. She probably came up to the gym, stopped by the cookie shop or whatever, brought some cookies up to the gym, had conversations, personal conversations. That's a team atmosphere over there at B&B. You know what I'm saying? It's a team atmosphere, bro. And for him to turn heel on Jameer Herring like that, no, not my comrade, bro. He said, "Are you going to any upcoming big fights?" Yeah, I am. I just don't put it out there like that no more because you got some haters. Rolly gonna run into some shit he never thought could come. I'm hoping, dog. You know what I'm saying? Look, I've seen what Tank can do. I haven't seen what Rolly could do yet. Like the way he fought Jackson Marinez, is quite different than he fought the opponent after that. I would give him that. He's been working with some people. He looked terrible against Jackson Marinez when he won that title. Terrible. His next opponent, he did what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? He tried to use the jab. He tried the box, but he still looked awkward doing it. He still looked awkward doing it. He has to get in a rhythmic, fluid, him throwing punches just seemed like it was robotic a bit. Like he was, how you see the Transformers, starting to transform and shit like that. They all jerky and shit. All that bull. That's how Rolly was. He was trying to act like he was trying to do the shoulder roll and then, throw a jab when he really want to throw his power shot. He has to get comfortable with throwing that jab out there with conviction. Like Tank is going to throw that jab out there to the body with conviction. Rolly is going to try to retaliate with a power shot. But if Tank is touching you with his jab, touching you, and you keep getting frustrated, and now you're just rushing in, it's gonna set you up for an uppercut, hook, all that shit. Tank loves that. He loves to be the matador. Come on in, Rolly. Let's see what your chin really made of. Is it styrofoam or is it goddamn platinum? Or is it titanium? I've heard a lot about this chin. I want to test it. Don't let that chin be styrofoam. It will get exposed. I'm not here for Mel Charlo versus Spence until after Spence beat Ugas and Crawford. Would be stupid for Spence to fight Mel at 154, then move back down for a Crawford fight at welterweight. I know, Mitch. I think about that too. I think about how stupid it was for Canelo just to go beat Rocky Fielding. You know what I'm saying? Move up from 60, go beat Rocky Fielding with a body shot. Then move up, knock out Kovalev, and then drop back down to 68 and unify. I know that was just so stupid, wasn't it? This is so stupid. Why is it stupid for the brothers to do some shit when you watching Canelo do that shit? Why is it stupid? Why is it stupid though? Explain to me why is it stupid? Why is it stupid? Tank Davis, he was at 130. You know what I'm saying? 35, 40, back down to 35. Why is it stupid? Because it's Errol Spence and Jamel Charlo. That's why it's stupid. Did you not hear Mike Tyson? Brothers supposed to help each other eat. Why is it stupid, bro? Canelo's doing the very same thing that you're saying is stupid. You're talking about a guy who started off at 140. They love talking about Canelo. Canelo started off at 140. Let's not forget 140. And look at the moves he's been making. How can he be the A side going from 54 to 60? Rolly's 135-pound Tim Tszyu. I think Tim Tszyu has obviously, people who watch the fight, Tim Tszyu is a better boxer than Rolly. Obviously. But one thing we can say, Dion, is that Rolly has never been on canvas. Tim Tszyu was dropped early. When has Rolly been on the canvas? Rolly has demonstrated with his like opponent at that level that he has a pretty respectable chin with that like opponent. Now we're going to see how it is when he moves up to face better competition, especially with Gervonta. People are thinking that Gervonta Powers went somewhere all because he wasn't able to knock out Esau Cruz. That wasn't the first decision that he's been to in his career. You know what I'm saying? That was only the second time he went the distance. Gamboa smelt that motherfucker like barbecue on the 4th of July. He smelt it. But Gervonta kept landing them uppercuts. Nope. His power transfers over into the later rounds. But if he hurt his hand and whatever else that was going on, fighting a very short opponent like Esau Cruz, give it up to Esau. Man, he had very solid defense that night. Very good pressure. And he didn't allow Tank Davis to take any breaks. See, Tank has a method to the madness. He has a system. And he knows that system very, very well. Tank Davis fight within that system, man. I'm telling you, like, he does take breaks in some of his fights. You just have to be willing to push that pace. And when he's taking a break, you go in there and try not to tire yourself out, but land some effective shots. And then when you're done, you still got to stay close and smother him. You know what I'm saying? Still try to get off, lay some punishment. You have to make sure your shots are effective, and you can't let him off the hook. Esau Cruz never let Tank Davis off the hook. He was just in his chest, staying close, hands up. I'm speaking approach to the fight. Yeah. Okay, because you got to understand, I'm just reading text, so I'm trying to just get through it. It has nothing to do with Spence versus Charlo making welterweight. It's already tough for Spence. Do you think fighting at 154 then coming back down would be difficult? Like I said, Mitch, is that Canelo is out here doing shit that's challenging. Errol Spence was fighting at a higher weight class, a higher weight than 147 initially. I mean, what's so difficult about him? We're gonna say Sean Porter didn't fight at a heavier weight, but yet people want to brag about him defeating Alexander Usyk in the AMs. but we don't understand why he just chose to stay at 147. I mean, make it make sense, man. Like, come on, Mitch. Are y'all coddling this dude too, man? Are you goddamn putting clear fingernail polish and toenail polish on him and shit? What are we talking about? You think it's too much of a risk for him to move up to 154 at this stage in his career? Crawford already has 3 weight classes. What about Jamel? Jamel's weight class where he freaking has a title is 154. It's time for him to make a move too, like big bro. What about Demetrius Andrade? Are y'all complaining about him moving up? 54-60. Now he's possibly fighting Zach Parker at 68 for the interim. Is I know he's not coming back down, but I'm just saying it's individuals that's making moves. Why is it so difficult? You want to provide a therapeutic waiver for these brothers that's fighting in the middle of divisions for which they're known for? There's not too many divisions that we rocking. But right now, we got 47. We're rocking with 54. We're doing a little bit at that warehouse called 60. And then it gets very bleak from there. Especially now, the heavyweight division is the way it is. We don't have no claim at Bridger. We don't have no claim at Cruiser. No claim at 175. Do I need to go any further? No claim at 40 just yet. You know what I'm saying? We're waiting to see what Taylor does now. 35, we got a lone star, Devin Haney. Nakatilia, it'll take him a little bit to get back in the picture, but come on now. We waiting on Shakur, but Shakur is only one person, man. Cool Boy Steph is one person. Gary Russell Jr. is one person. We need to be congesting these freaking divisions. So if I see Hispanic or Mexican fighters doing this shit, why am I going to say, okay, a black fighter, they shouldn't be doing that? Don't take any risks. Just stay where you at. Take it easy, guy. It's okay. We're talking to Mauricio right now. We're going to make you a glory belt. All right? Just stay put, man. We're going to make you a glory belt, and then it's going to say glory on top, and then effort on the bottom. Stop being a babysitter, Mitch. What is going on with you, man? You sipping on some eggnog, some almond milk, bro? What's going on with you today? Rolly said, bet all the money on Rolly. Said the equity out of your house and bet. Hey, man, y'all take the equity out your house and bet on Rolly. You're going to be in a motherfucking trunk. You're going to be in the back seat with the car running. And you're going to suffer both ways because gas fucked up, you homeless, and it's going to be all bad. The Rolly Romero stimulus packet. Shit, there's no coddling. I think it's stupid for any fighter that's already having a rough time making weight to move up, then come back down to fight the top guy in the division. Look, Mitch, he looks like he's on weight this time already. He looked like he's on weight. Did you see how shredded he looked? He looks like he's on weight already. They say they got a nutritionist. Their strength and conditioning and the nutritionist is one of the same. They're the same team. So it looks like, Errol Spence is super shredded right now. It looks like he may be sitting at about 150 right now. He looked like, damn it, he's close. So for him to move up and drop back down, Kell Brook did two weight divisions. So should we look at somebody else from a different country and marvel and say, wow, he did it? Yeah, he got beat up, but he moved up 2 divisions and came back down. The list goes on and on with people moving up the division then dropping down. Mikey Garcia. We have to include him in that shit. Definitely waiting on Cool Boy Steph. One guy left to be undisputed. Yeah, he has 2 straps already, man. He's only one person. Shout out to Free Hoover on deck, man. I see you, bro. Shout out to Cool Boy Steph, man. I really hope he's able to unify 122. That's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. That's if they allow him to get it, just like Shakur Stevenson. That's if they allow him to continue to progress at the division. Rolly gonna look like Kirkpatrick from Harlem Nights in Calhoun. The family realized they got robbed. Man, you know how boxing came out in 22? They came out talking about, oh, this fight between Crawford and Spence. It seems like it can't work. We didn't want to insult the guy. And we know what type of money he's going to ask for. And we really didn't want to, all that bullshit. So all of a sudden, things have changed because we seen Canelo swoop in and collect heavy bags over there. He swooped in and got paid. Great. Now they have to come up with some more money, however that is, to make this fight. If indeed it, like I said, if Errol Spence beat Yordenis Ugas and I don't hear what I want to hear, if I don't hear or see, the C Crawford in there will be an extra plus. But I'm saying, Errol Spence calling out Terrence Crawford, we're going to make the fight happen by this time this year. If Terrence Crawford in the building, you know what I'm saying? Show your face. Something to build up this motherfucker. We need some soup. You know what I'm saying? We need that soup again because every time we try to think this is food hors d'oeuvres that we should be, getting used to. No. You spoon feed us some bullshit. We need some of that back end drama post fight. That's if he wins. Post fight to build up this Errol Spence Terrence Crawford. Get Terrence Crawford into the ring. I doubt it happened. This shit is so fucking burnt out, bro. This shit is so fucking burnt out. I'm just gonna leave it at that. We'll see what happened with the fight. Cause real talk, me and Mitch has a bet. You know what I'm saying? We have a $50 bet. That bet is I got Ugas. And he made the worst decision in getting motherfucking Errol Spence. And make sure you goddamn have my cash app ready there, Mitch. Make sure you have my cash app. I want my money. Tim Smith silly ass working communications though. Yeah, he does. Rolly Tank Wonder versus Nakatili. That'd be a good fight. Ooh. Wee. I don't know if Rolly's ready for Nakatilia though. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. The way he looked against Burchell, he looked crucial, didn't he? I've been told you stop talking about it until they are in the ring. Round one. Fuck them both. Oh, shit, dog. What is going on with my chat, dog? Y'all are becoming belligerent, dog, for real. Man, y'all are absent of tact. Man, this chat has become absolutely frustrated with boxing, dog. Dion said, fuck them both, dog. Damn. Look, I expect that from Mitch, Dion. I expect when he come in the building, he gonna say some shit right off the rip. But you, well, I take that back. You have stayed on code with Canelo. You have stayed on code. I give you that. Namian Cop beat Burchell. Silly. Man, that cop can fight, dog. I don't give a damn what he is. He can fight. He put an ass whooping on Burchell. He can fight, dog. Uga's about to lose. Come back, run me that loop. No, man. I got faith, man. That Ugas is gonna upset and shock the world, man. I just can't wait till it happens. I have some channels I want to visit. Yeah. I want to send my regards. I want to send my condolences. You know what I'm saying? I want to send them a Hallmark card in person. That's all I want to do. I just want to appear in the live chat and see if the link is just floating around up there. They probably wouldn't put the link in there if that happened. They probably wouldn't put the link in there. Nah. And then it'll go bad from there. They say, fuck you, WCS. Don't come over here talking that bullshit. Tired of your bullshit. And that goes for you too, Mitch. You know what I'm saying? Better have my money. Every minute, I give you a minute. Interest is $1 per minute after the motherfucking final decision is rendered. Interest will be calibrated. Ben on deck, man. Say what's good, WCS. What's good with you, bro? We'll see if Uga has enough bite, dog. I swear to God, man, y'all on some shit, boy. We'll see if he has enough bite for real. We got to see if Ugas has enough bite. We got to see if Errol Spence has enough bite, dog. Bite is the key word. We have to see if these fighters have enough bite. We need to see if Devin Haney has enough bite. Cambosis have enough bite. That's the key word in boxing right now. I admit I'm drinking, but I'm for real. I've been told you I stopped talking about Crawford versus Spence. Yeah, man. But I ain't gonna say fuck them both, because Crawford my boy, man. You know what I'm saying? So I speak of them lightly. Lightly. I told you I wasn't going through another Wilder Joshua. Yes, true. Type letdown, so hit me up when they in the ring round one. Yeah. I understand where you're coming from with that. Nakathilia insinuated in recent comments he was going to put Burchell in a long sleep if they hadn't stopped the fight. Yeah, he got bragging rights. He would have did Burchell dirty, bro. Seriously. He would have did him dirty. He would have did him dirty if they want to stop that shit. He would have did him dirty. I think Burchell, I don't know. Of course, can he beat Comey? I don't even know, man. You know, Comey is out there for him. Give him Jackson Mariñez, man. You can't go too soft. Rivera versus Rolly after Tank. Rolly ain't ready for Rivera, dog. He ain't ready for that. What about Adorno? Is Adorno ready for Rolly? Is Rolly ready for Adorno? What about Tank Adorno? I don't know, man. That'd be interesting. But my people, appreciate y'all pulling up, man. I got to bounce. I got to take care of some family stuff right quick, man. That Valdez fight took a lot out of the Burchell. I mean, it was a tough fight, man. And then he was flatlined. I mean, that was very, very tough, man. I hope he's okay. It's boxing. These fighters are in a tough sport. And everybody body ain't the same. You know, heard it from me over and over again. But man, y'all hold it down. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Turn up and tune in the World Combat Sports, man. Salute to y'all.